What's up guys, welcome to another video on the Hero Pass. Jagex has posted this news post right now that says Hero Pass player feedback update number 1. So they're going to go through and explain what they're doing with the feedback and stuff. It's interesting because I've just put a video up. It's currently members only at the moment, but it will be going public tonight. They've beat me to the mark though. I said in that video that they will likely put a few minimal changes in. I haven't read through this fully yet, so don't get me wrong, we will read through it in just a second. But likely we'll do a few little minimal changes, and then people will just go, hey, that's amazing, Jagex have listened, that's great, thank you for implementing the Hero Pass now. But honestly, if you're still not happy with the changes personally, that's a decision only you can make, whether it's good for yourself, whether you're happy with it or not. If not, then still keep the conversation going, keep giving feedback and stuff, keep the feedback respectful, but keep an eye out for the video that I will put up tonight, probably in like another 4 hours or something, another 4 or 5 hours, and then listen to the feedback on that, because a JMod talked about it and stuff. But anyway, let's see what's going on with this, see what changes we've managed to get ourselves, shall we? Hi Escapers, since the release of Hero Pass on Monday, we've been listening to and discussing your feedback on improvements you want to see for the Hero Pass experience. Our aim of ensuring this is a player-positive, rewarding system for the game is critical, as is our promise to working to improve the system with you. We're looking to work towards areas where we can make this system better for everyone. We wanted to let you know some key areas we're already investigating as a team to respond to your feedback as soon as possible. So obviously the loud noise that we're making is reaching them, right? You need to keep making the noise, because if you do, and if it's as big as a collective as it is in the community right now, then they have to act, and they will act, because it's a big deal, right? So keep it up, keep it up. Be respectful though, stay respectful. Daily missions. Daily missions were balanced with the intention of being below the average daily playtime of a moderately engaged player, with the total tiers taking around 20 to 40 minutes to complete. It takes about 40 minutes to complete. With lamps tied to the tier rewards, this meant that associated XP rewards take longer than our previous daily challenge system. Based on your feedback, it's clear quickly attainable XP rewards you can target every day are something many of you value. While completing daily missions using the plus 100% bonus reward for using a specific skill, it does significantly reduce the time taken to complete the challenges. We appreciate that the quickly attainable rewards are something you want us to keep. It's not necessarily just that though, it was more that people who did log in daily just to be able to do their daily missions, like they would log in, they would quickly get them done, and then they could log off. It kept them logging in every day, and sometimes they would keep playing, right? But if you make it this long, then people will just think, well, I don't have 40 minutes to log in and play. A lot of people who play RuneScape are a lot older, they have families, they have jobs, and they don't get that time every single day to do it. The issue with the challenges though, or the daily missions now, is also the fact that you kind of have to get these completed if you want to progress through this pass at all anyway. Like, it's a big part of the progress of the pass, and you can't progress through it. If you miss any of them, it's going to like hurt quite a bit. So it takes 40 minutes. Those people who only get like 15-20 minutes to log in anyway, then yeah, it just is what it is. With missions allowing any kind of gameplay to progress them, our goals will be to get them to a place where you can quickly hop on, play the game for a very short period of time any way you want, and walk away with your XP. With that in mind, we'll be changing how daily mission rewards are structured. We're going to be upping the XP gain from daily missions. We'll now give 2 large lamps worth of XP instead of the previous small, medium, and large lamps. So they're just throwing XP at us. I'm like, we'll buy your silence. A slight increase in overall XP awarded by around 0.25%. Completing daily mission tier 1 and 2 will grant hero points and a hero tome equivalent to a large XP lamp each, while tier 3 will simply give you additional hero points. This means earning all daily XP from Hero Pass will now take 15 minutes. Half of that if you focus on the bonus progression skill shown on the mission. Hero tomes are explicitly for daily missions and will replace the current lamps that the players are given. Reading the hero tome will bring up the skill selection interface and award the XP in the selected skill as normal. As an additional note, we've designed the Hero Pass mission system to allow us to add more special missions to supplement content releases and updates to ensure that you can be rewarded with significant bursts of hero points for exploring new updates as and when new missions arrive. We'll continue to bring additional special missions throughout Hero Pass and will continue to provide helpful boosts to your progress as you encounter them. So this obviously is a first step. Making it 15 minutes rather than 40 minutes is pretty good. I mean, it's definitely a good step in the right direction. but they still need to address quite a lot more. Here we go, the content buffs. Let's get to it. We'll get down to it. We'll see what it says. For visibility, we know that some players find Hero Pass is full on with notifications, chat messages, and audio effects right now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. We're working to add filters for those systems so that you can control over what notifications you want as you play. So players can control how much Hero Pass is an active part of your experience. We've already been working on updates lined up to address your feedback. Hotfix yesterday, the audio queue has been removed from earning points. The Monday's update is going to option to filter chat messages and notifications, and we heard requests for a single click button to open the Hero Pass interface faster, and we're looking into adding that functionality in the future. In the meantime, it's worth noting chat notifications that show when you have completed a mission can be clicked to open the interface. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You can open it quite easily. So this isn't a big deal. This doesn't matter too much. This doesn't change anything about how the actual pass functions. It does remove some of the annoyances while you're playing the game for sure. But I mean, the pass itself is still pretty much the same. Content buffs. Let's see. Content buffs. Our intention with content buffs is to add additional gameplay focused rewards that feel great to have and incentivize you to check out certain content due to their benefits. I hate this. I hate this whole sentence. Chase encounter axe pieces in the Woodcutter's Grove with the additional perk activators. This is so counterproductive to content in general. If you can't get people to interact with the content, don't put it in an MTX thing. Put it in game that's just there. Make the content better. Make the content something that people want to engage with. Don't put it in a pass that you have to pay to get through, or pay bonds to skip through, or whatever, to be able to then go and do that content. That doesn't make sense. Make the content better. This is the biggest thing that drives me insane with this. It literally, it's just to sell more skips, or and their excuse of why to have it is to push engagement. It's like the RS guy said on his tweet, which you'll see in the later video on later today, is if you wanted to use the Chaos Ward buff, for example, to get people to engage with Zamorak more, maybe you shouldn't have a massively long grind as a restriction to be able to do that at your boss. Is that something to consider? If the content's not good enough to engage with without having people getting these little benefits or extra buffs, then that's something to look at rather than just saying, yeah, well, now you've got a buff, you can go and do this place, right? It's crazy. In regards to combat buffs, we intentionally lent into existing expectations of similar systems such as Death Touch Darts. These buffs give a gameplay benefit with the caveat that kill count, kill times, high scores, and records are not updated when used. Just remove them. Don't do it. This design was intended to create a buffer system allowing for players to explore and practice with a reduction to incoming damage, but without the ability to record or save kill times. Practice mode. Change practice mode so that you have a damage reduction. When you do practice mode, have a damage reduction. Don't sell it to the player, just give it to them so they can practice. You get no rewards, you don't get a kill timer, you just get to practice. Reduce damage so you can learn how the mechanics work, and you can tick a box whether you want the reduced damage or not. Why is this something you put in an MTX battle pass? Put it in the game as a practice mode thing. Update practice mode, make it better for the players. That just doesn't make sense. We've heard your concerns around content buffs, both with some of our initial selections and fears of where the system could go, so we want to help reassure players. It doesn't matter what you say. We want to help shape Hero Pass to be rewarding and fulfilling, and buffs are a part of that system. We're looking at where on the Hero Pass track content buffs are generally placed, with the aim to make buffs easier to acquire through organic play. Building on from that, we want to open up a dialogue with you, the community, on what form buffs should take. We want to know what kind of buffs you'd enjoy using during your adventures in Gielinor, and which kinds you don't. This is crucial to us, and we want to make sure that buffs are rewarding and accessible addition to your Hero Pass experience, which we just remove content buffs. I don't know what else to say about this. The way I see this is just remove content buffs and buff the content. Remove the content buffs from the battle pass and buff the content in game. Make the content in game better. If you need to sell a damage reduction to get people to try and learn your boss, put it for free in the practice mode. If you think that people aren't going to go do clues because they are too long, then rework clues and make them fun to do. Don't have an issue in game with content and then sell the solution to players. And yeah, you're saying you can get them organically, more organically through organic play. No. What you mean is you put your buffs of the premium access all the way at the beginning, and then you put your free-to-play one, because you still have to be a member, all the way at the end where people would have to skip to reach it. You're going to just reshuffle it around. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. You need to just, if you're thinking content isn't good enough, buff the content in game. Don't put the buff for the content in the MTX thing. It's crazy. It's crazy talk. This is absolute rubbish. I still don't agree. Ironman accounts. Since that announcement last week, our team have been looking at future options to make Hero Pass more valuable for Ironman accounts. Building from your feedback, we're looking to discuss the topic of Ironman players being able to claim XP rewards from daily missions, but we want to make sure that we approach this subject correctly. With that in mind, we will be looking to ask the Ironman Ironman player community directly for their guidance on whether or not they should be able to claim XP rewards for daily missions in the near future. Our long-term focus is on the rewards from Hero Pass for Ironman accounts in general. We will be looking to engage with the Ironman community on our proposals once they're ready and make sure they align with the expectations. I don't play Ironman. I've never really played Ironman. I've done maybe 5 hours or something. I can't really give a thought on this. I don't know what's good for the Ironman community. I'm not going to pretend to know what's good for you guys, but give your feedback. Make sure you give your feedback clear. What you would like to see, what you don't want to see, what you're not happy with right now, how you would like it being fixed. Make sure you put it through respectfully as well. Don't just add toxicity to it. Be clear with what you want, but also be respectful to the fact that they do have to read it, and if they read something that's toxic, they're just going to bin it. So write it out clearly and get your point across. Progression, that's the last bit. Yeah, we've seen some early calculations and discussion around the time it takes to progress the Hero Pass. As we mentioned when we announced Hero Pass, we've balanced Hero Pass against particular groups of players with game data guiding us on how much and how often those players play. Hero Pass is designed to be achievable for these different groups playing exactly the same amount they did before its inclusion. To recap, this is moderately active players could achieve 99 with their normal playtime, which now includes the majority of rewards. Total crap. Active players, around 30% of players, could achieve 120 with their normal playtime. Apparently, you would need to play something stupid like 8 to 10 hours a day to be able to reach 120 in the 3 months or something like that. The exact numbers I'm not completely set on, but to be able to get all the rewards, which is a completionist thing. RuneScape's a completionist game. You want everything. To be able to get all the rewards, which are FOMO, they've made it very clear they have FOMO and you can't get the rewards again afterwards, or you likely won't be able to. You would have to be playing something like 18 plus hours a day consecutively for the entire 3 months to get everything. So basically what they're saying here is not true, because you would have to pay to get through that. So they've made the pass longer than people can reach, knowing that people will want to pay for it, or hoping that people want to pay for it. Why would you should, if you're going to make a battle pass, it should be obtainable by everybody, not just the people who can do it as a job like myself. I could sit there and just grind it out. I've still got to make content and stuff as well. There's no way I could pull it off, and I do this full time. And it's designed in a way that, yeah, you can get a good taste of it, and then you're going to have to pretty much you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to wallet out. Now, it says here, moderately active players could achieve 99 with their normal playtime. Moderately active players, yeah? Which is the regular, casual, average player. The buff for Zamorak, the only free buff for Zamorak was level 97 or something like that. 93, 97 or 87, something stupidly high like this. So you're saying that most of these moderately active players likely wouldn't have reached this anyway. Crazy. We're only 2 days into Hero Pass runtime. We need to allow time for the data to flow in on how this is performing in the wild to get a full picture. But we did want to acknowledge those early discussions. We'll be combining the data with your continued feedback to keep a close eye on how Hero Pass is matching the goals and the balancing. And we'll follow up on this in a future feedback update post. Don't let this be the end of it, guys. Do not go quiet about this. Make sure you get what you want out of it. Make sure it goes where you want it to go. Don't read this post and just think, Jagex is listening. Happy days. Let's just thank you for putting the Hero Pass in the game. Don't let it just drop. Keep giving your feedback. Keep going with the feedback non-stop. As we mentioned in the daily mission section, a sizable chunk of hero points are balanced around special missions, which release alongside updates and events. These updates aren't visible to players right now, so we understand there's some concerns come from, but they offer a significant amount of levels worth of hero points on their own. We'll continue to look at how players interact. with special missions and how they earn progress to guide what shapes the special missions, the future special missions will take. Finally, while it's not relative to Hero Pass feature feedback, we did want to drop a quick note on how we introduced the messaging around presenting Hero Pass to the community and apologize for clearly getting that wrong. We've heard that what you felt was wrong about the way we approached it, and we're taking it forward as learning for how we communicate updates like this in the future. For now, we'll be focusing on keeping you updated on how we're looking to refine Hero Pass based on your feedback and make sure it's living up to its intentions. We also want to say a big thank you to anyone who's provided feedback in a constructive manner that we can act on. This is the best way to drive change, and it's been incredibly helpful for us to focus in on making meaningful improvements. So, like I say, there's definitely some steps in here. I still think a lot needs to be addressed, and this can't be the end of it. You guys still need to keep giving feedback. What they've said here is absolutely true, though, about giving feedback in a constructive manner and not being disrespectful about it, like staying in the lines of this is what we don't like, this is what I would like to see changed. This is very important on how you give the feedback. Don't be just being toxic or anything like that, because if I was them, I would also just ignore anything like that. But don't let this just be like, cool, Jagex has done it, we've done like 2 changes, it's happy now. Think about what you want from this thing. Think about where you want it to go. The battle pass is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It is here to stay. Think about the best version for yourself, and then share that feedback with Twitter, with Reddit, anywhere that you can. And yeah, but that's what's going on with this right now. Personally, I think this isn't enough, nowhere near enough. There's a couple of good steps. I think content buffs are crazy, and a crazy idea. Mod Pie, I'll put the tweet on screen, and I probably would have put it on earlier as well, maybe. He's the ex-JMod, sorry. They never used to be able to put like PVM content with MTX. It was not allowed. Suddenly it's okay. Crazy. I don't know. There's a long rant. I hope you found it useful for the information. Let me know your thoughts. Let Jagex know your thoughts. Be respectful. Be like just straight to the point. Be clear. And yeah, good luck. Catch you on the next one.